Thank you, Suhoon. We're swapping to handhelds, and I don't know if anybody in the audience is Italian, but this is going to be really hard, like I'm only talking with half a voice. Rob? It's okay. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you for, I know we had to sort of hustle you in here, but I hope you saw that it was worth getting in here for that special session with David, which was fantastic. And look, I just want to say thank you to all of you in this room, because I know that many of you have traveled from very long distances to be here. This is a big chunk of time out of everyone's diary, but also it is a big celebration for us this evening with our 40th anniversary. So we're very, very grateful to each and every one of you in this room for taking the time to celebrate with us tonight. Last December, as our chairman noted in his introductory comments yesterday, we launched at Meeting Place our new strategic plan, which basically outlined, if you will, a back-to-basics approach. And John talked about that yesterday, that we want to implement over the next 3 years. The plan really threw a spotlight on 3 key areas of focus that we talked about a year ago, and that was in our member and partner servicing, our industry education and sector development, and our work in the advocacy, policy, and communications area. And over the past 4 months, the team at ATEC has put an awful lot of work into, first of all, realigning our resources, but also refocusing our energies to ensure that we were putting the efforts into these 3 key areas. So today I just want to outline for you briefly where we're up to at this point with some of the changes we've tried to implement, but importantly, what we hope to do over the next 12 to 24 months to really bring that plan to life and hopefully re-engage in a much deeper way with all of you. I guess, the first and most important issue is that, we are a membership organization, and you are the core reason for our being. You are at the heart of everything that we do each and every day. Servicing our members and our partners is the purpose of ATEC's existence, and it's what drives our work on a daily basis. I understand very, very clearly that your businesses have changed dramatically in the past 5 years. But I don't think necessarily that ATEC has actually kept pace with some of that change, and I don't think that we're necessarily in step with some of the things that are now very important to you and to your businesses, and that we've changed that value proposition accordingly. So with this in mind, through the year I've proposed to the board that we've really needed to have much more focus on this area of our business, and that member and partner servicing deserved a committed senior role to focus on creating and delivering new and innovative ways to bring value to our relationship with you. And to take up that challenge of that role, because believe me, it is very challenging. I was very nervous when we did the interviews for this, because I thought for sure we'll just scare everybody away. But I'm pleased to say there was one person that was courageous enough to accept the role, and that's Damien Hanger. And Damien is here with us today. He's been appointed as the new General Manager of Member and Partner Services, and he'll be leading the team in this really important area. And Damien has truly hit the ground running, because he's decided to make his first week on the job Symposium week. So I don't know about you, but that's baptism by fire on steroids in my books. But anyway, he is here with us. I hope many of you have had the chance to meet him and talk with him, and if not, I'm sure there'll be many other occasions over the coming months. But Damien will be instrumental in bringing fresh and creative thinking to how ATEC will service its members and its partners, and will redefine how ATEC responds to the changed and very complex environment that we're all working in today. Particularly ensuring that everything ATEC does, and whether that's at a national level or indeed at a branch level, that it connects and consolidates our activities in a way that meets the needs and expectations of our members. That's a big ask, but I think Damien's up for the challenge. We've also focused the way in which we will deliver this value to our members by reinvigorating the 2 streams of our activity that really connect, and that is around our industry education and sector development, and obviously the advocacy and policy work. Now, I know that the value that you're looking for in your membership comes through the opportunities that ATEC can provide your business to grow and to prosper. And giving you the support you need through industry education and sector development is the crux of the value proposition that ATEC can offer you into the future. And we're going to work hard to build new ways of doing that. And this is an area that I know from all the conversations that I had with many of you over the past year in my travels on the road. You actually told me that ATEC used to invest much more intention and attention in that part of our business. And while the focus may have been somewhat diverted, I guess, in recent times, I'm pleased to tell you that we are absolutely putting renewed energy and emphasis on this very important part of our business. We are squarely focused on how we will deliver value to our members beyond, of course, the importance of these national and state events that we do. ATEC has a responsibility to create solid connections with all of our members if we're to deliver true membership value. And that means that we have to find new ways of connecting with our members in more regional and remote parts of this country who simply cannot participate in these types of core events that we put on. Many of them can't even make it to the state events that we generally do in capital cities because of where they're located, and the size of their businesses won't allow them to step away. Now, this is going to be a real challenge for us, but it is one that we are absolutely committed to finding solutions to. And as a part of this renewed commitment to industry learning and development, aspects of ATEC that you've told me are really important to you. I'm pleased to announce today that Gary O'Riordan has taken on the role of General Manager of Industry Education and Sector Development and will be leading the team in this really crucial area for us. Working alongside him, of course, will be Jennifer Woodbridge in the role of Sector Development Manager, where she'll continue the solid work that she's been doing in all of the niche sectors that we've been working through. Of course, the youth sector, the Indigenous tourism sector, but we also want to start looking at other opportunities and things that have emerged, particularly over the last few days, is advisory panels around education and tourism. So really trying to bring these two industries together to work productively and cooperatively to find new solutions and new opportunities. Yesterday, following the panel, we put out a release that ATEC is going to work on the development of a mining and tourism advisory panel. Again, trying to bring these two key industries together to start finding some solutions and some common ground. I have a bit of a philosophy. Mining is a 900-pound gorilla in the room. Let's learn how to feed it bananas and stop throwing rocks. So maybe there's a way by bringing these two industries together that we can actually start to create some solutions and opportunities. I think yesterday was a very good start, but we actually want to build on that and create a panel that we can work with to drive some change through to you. And I'm sure there'll be many others that we'll think about, but a big part of that, what that sector development area will be doing. And to provide very crucial support in this area, I'm very pleased to say that Natalie Young, who many of you know from our membership services area for many years, is going to be moving over to join the industry development team. So we've got a very good, solid team there who've actually begun to do some good work in this area already. In February, we ran our first China development program in conjunction and partnership with South Australian Tourism Commission, and we did that actually in partnership with PATA and Richard Beer. And we provided, hopefully, what we think was good knowledge for the local South Australian tourism businesses to support and to deliver market insights as they look to actually move into this very complex market that is China. The initial feedback that we've received from the early participants has been particularly positive, and they've provided us with some great insights that we will bring into the program as we evolve it and look to deliver the second part, which will see us come back to South Australia in September or October to actually do that second stream of the program. And we're looking forward to working with SATC and making that a big success. More broadly, in helping you to meet the demands of the growing China market, ATEC will continue the partnerships that this is very hard with one hand, I might say. It's okay. ATEC will continue to explore partnerships that can provide the insights and the information that you need to have a competitive edge. Now, some of you may have attended, I know on Tuesday we did a special workshop with the Calthy universities, and Byron Keating actually headed up that session, which was an all-day session looking at emerging markets and some of the trends and insights that are developing. It was quite fascinating. Many professors from China that joined into that particular workshop. Subsequent to that, Professor Keating also conducted one of the masterclass series this morning where they started to look at a range of opportunities around research supporting our industry's move into the China market. This is just an example of how ATEC wants to leverage its connections with universities to deliver valuable research and insights about our markets that can actually help to grow your business in future. ATEC's looking to take a real leadership role in the distilling of the vast amount of information, research, data, and statistics that we all know float around our industry in abundance. There's no shortage of that research and information, but sadly what there is a shortage of is a translator in this area to actually take that information and all of that research and distill it down to some key facts, some key insights that you can take away and use in your business. That's the role that I see for ATEC and the partners that we want to bring to the table, is to be that translator. To that end, we've established a range of partnerships, and of those, of course, we'll be working with the key Calthy universities that have a specialist focus on tourism and travel. These relationships complement the strong alignment that we already have with a number of TAFE colleges around Australia, and many of those are already ATEC members as well. As I traveled around the country a year ago speaking with many of you, one of the things that became very clear to me was that you wanted not only the learning and development activities that we offered, but you also wanted those learning programs to become accredited. And you even said, many of you, that you'd like to see this somehow applied toward diplomas and degrees of higher education in university. So that was a pretty big ask, and I was a little concerned how we might deliver it. But the new partnerships that we're starting to develop can actually help us to bring this type of idea and your desire to life. Early in the new financial year, we're going to be announcing a whole range of new initiatives, very exciting initiatives, that will help you understand how we're going to start to communicate and disseminate some of this information. And I guess yesterday in the presentation from Morris, the one thing that struck me, if you recall the American Express with the small business open forum that they have, that's exactly what we're trying to create for ATEC. We want to have our website become the forum that you can come into. Oh, sorry. See, I told you Italians are tough. We can't talk with, we need a hand. To actually take that information, that insights out of our website. But also what we want to do is build communities where you can exchange your own insights and knowledge, where you can ask questions of other members who have had similar experiences. If you go overseas on trade missions and sales missions, that you've got a community to come back to and talk about your experiences in market. We want that place to be the room where all of our members can come together and engage and collaborate. So I was actually quite excited when I saw that American Express has actually done something quite similarly, and we'll probably be looking at that as a bit of a guideline. But most importantly, this focus will actually play to ATEC's point of difference, our real USP, if you will. We are the only industry organisation in Australia that focuses on inbound tourism. We've done that for 40 years, we've been committed to that exclusively, and we will continue that legacy into the future. This is our strength, and this is where we are clear leaders in this space. And that becomes abundantly evident when you look at the third area of our work around advocacy, policy, and communication. And I want to say I'm very, very proud of what we've achieved in this area, because we really punch above our weight here. We hold a unique position in the tourism industry and are recognised as an authoritative voice in the media, with government, but also in a whole range of national advisory panels that we sit on your behalf. The ATEC brand holds unrivaled level of credibility in its capacity to speak for the broadest range of the industry. Again, that is a very unique proposition of us, or for us, I should say. We're not about a single stream. We are about a breadth of the industry whose commonality is that we all engage in inbound tourism, and that is extremely unique, and we're going to make sure that we play on that into the future. This credibility affords us the opportunity to talk directly to the people who make policy decisions that affect the way you run your businesses. We advocate on your behalf to ensure that governments right across Australia take tourism into very serious account. For example, in February, we put forth a significant piece of work outlining the economic value of adjusting the eligibility settings for the Working Holiday Visa 417. Our position paper clearly showed that amendments to the visa guidelines would bring benefits to our industry and to the labour and skill shortages that we're experiencing. It could bring real benefits, economic benefits, to regional areas, and would work to make Australia an even more desirable destination for youth travellers. Now, we've had some very positive feedback on both sides of political persuasion, and I think the Minister's comments again yesterday, I was very, very pleased to hear that the government is actually taking those recommendations under very serious advisement, and the Minister assured us that Chris Bowen is also seriously considering those recommendations. We also have assurances from the other side of politics, and Bob Baldwin also has given us some very clear signals that opposition is looking seriously at making some of those changes. He's had discussions and briefings with Scott Morrison, and we've also briefed Tony Abbott's office on those recommendations. And we are actually getting very good traction in this area. I have to say, even if we achieve one of the recommended changes out of the 5, I think that is a monumentous occasion for celebration in this industry. We've been a policy-free zone for the nearly 20 years that I've been working in tourism in Australia. If we can shift the needle in this area, I think that it is a tremendous win for us, and will actually pull the policy lever of change that can help this industry make a difference and can help us to actually realize the potential that we know we can have on the economy of this country. So hopefully we're going to hear some other developments very soon, and I'll continue to report as quickly as I can on any movement in that particular area. In order to support greater capacity within the tourism industry, more broadly, ATEC is scoping the potential value of a government-supported research and development organization to support the specific needs of the tourism industry. This proposal will form a key platform of our request of both parties in the lead up to the election. Many industries have this, tourism doesn't. We are well underfunded in the R&D area in terms of the contribution that we make to GDP. In the past 4 months, ATECs also provided input to a range of government consultation papers, the Fair Work Act, the Tourism Labour Template, and the White Paper on Australia and the Asian Century, which again the Minister commented on our replies there. All these issues directly and indirectly affect the way that you do business now and will do so into the future. And it's our advocacy behind the scenes that ensures that no matter how small your business may be, you have a say in the issues that affect your bottom line. So in conclusion, I just want to assure you that over the next 2 years, ATEC will be on a very significant journey of change. It's a journey, however, that's going to allow us to connect with you and to respond to what you are seeking from your industry association. In the year ahead, we're going to introduce new ways that you can feed into our planning, that you can actually engage with other members. You'll be able to share your knowledge with colleagues, undertake creative learning and development programs, but undertake those when and where you want to do them. You know, at Symposium last year, I was thinking about this on Hamilton Island. I stood here and I said to you at that time that I wanted to make sure when you sat down to consider your renewal of your membership in ATEC, that you would say that you couldn't afford to not be a member of ATEC. It's my intention to deliver on that promise to you over the next couple of years. We are a proud organization as ATEC. We have been for the last 40 years. We've got a very solid and respected reputation in the marketplace. Tonight we're going to celebrate 40 years of ATEC representing the inbound tourism industry in this country. But I see it specifically as my job to make sure that somebody's going to be standing here in front of you in 2022 to celebrate our Golden Jubilee, which is 5 decades of this organization representing this exciting industry. So I thank you all very much for your time, and I look really forward to seeing you tonight at the gala dinner and celebrating the 40 years young that we are. Thank you.